In this video, I'll demonstrate how to respond to various HTTP methods in a web application. So I've created this small Flask web application here in Python, and at the beginning from Flask I import Flask as usual, and I import the request method. Then I create an app equals Flask with the double underscore name, and then I define a route. So I've app.route / API / some path param. So the path type specifies that everything after this / in API will be stored in the variable param. So we can have multiple entities and slashes, and it will all be stored in this param variable that gets passed to index. And the methods we accept in this route are get, post, put, and delete. So these are common methods that we would use if we were implementing a RESTful API. So an API endpoint with these methods is fairly typical nowadays if you want to implement a RESTful service. Then we define our index param, and then if request.method is delete, then we just print the f-string delete followed by the param. So we can handle delete, get, post, and put if we wanted to, all in our looking at the request.method in our code. So if request.method is get, I just print retrieve param. So these prints all get printed to the terminal window, and what gets sent back to the client, like the web browser or whatever command line utility or code we're using to make this request, it gets what we do in the return statement down here. And then in the post usually accepts some kind of form information or some information to some multi-part data that comes in addition to the request itself. So we print post data for param followed by a colon. Then for key in request.form, so this is a special object as part of the request that we print the key that's defined in the form followed by request.form at that particular key. So there's a bunch of key value pairs that come as part of the form that we can access and print if they do exist. And then at the end, we print return, hello, request method, and param, followed by a new line character. And then if name is main, we run the app here in Flask. So let's tab over to a terminal window and run Python and our code 135.927.py, and it will launch our Flask application. And then we can access it through the web browser, which I'll do here. So http://localhost:5000. And then it tells me that it's not found because I haven't defined